Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, I am doing a reading for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. Now, I have to tell you right away that as I was preparing for this reading, the card that happened to be at the top of this deck came flying out, and this was the Yin Yang card, which, as many of you know who often connect with my readings, the Yin Yang card resembles the balance of divine feminine and divine masculine energy. And very often, because of course we experience the polarity of these energies most intensely within divine counterparts or twin flame connections, it's very likely that for many of you, this reading will connect as a twin flame or divine counterpart reading. Now, with that being said, only you can know for yourself how these messages apply to you personally. So always only take the messages when and how they connect with you. Also, I may be channeling specific numbers, dates, names, these sorts of hyper-specific details. And in these cases, please be sure to use extra care to only take those details as they connect with you. So right away, as I was shuffling, the first two cards to emerge here are the Thinking Woman reversed and Door to Personal Healing and Happiness in the upright position. And right away, I feel that I'm connecting with a divine feminine energy here. Someone listening who has been, I'm hearing, trying to let something go through the mind. Something's been very heavily on a divine feminine's mind recently. I'm hearing that this may have caused a lot of confusion, emotional pain, fear, anxiety, and your guides are really pushing you to release something, to surrender something that's been weighing on you mentally. This doesn't feel so much like a literal physical letting go of a person, of a situation, of a thing, as much as it is releasing through the mind, if that makes sense. Letting go of the worries surrounding this thing, letting go of the anxieties, and allowing this personal healing and shifting process to continue to align you with what you desire in your hearts around this situation, rather than trying to work it out through the mind. I'm seeing the number 777. Also, earlier in the reading, the name Carl came out for someone, and also the letter J that might be connected to a person's name. Now, as I was channeling about this situation, the financial constraints card came out upright as I was mentally asking what could be weighing on the mind of this divine feminine here. So what this tells me is there will be different dynamics connecting with different individuals listening to this reading. So take from what I'm about to channel what connects with your situation. But I'm getting that for some, this is directly related to a financial situation that is calling you into expansion with the World card upright. There's some kind of expansion taking place within whoever I'm connecting to here. Energetically, this expansion is taking place when it comes to finances, to the way in which you manifest or create, attracts abundance, and what you consider to be success, accomplishments in your life. However, I feel that these fears crop up from time to time because, as I said, because the Yin Yang card came out in the upright position as well. So some of what might be causing someone anxiety really is their manifested physical 3D twin flame connection, of course. This connection exists at all levels, layers, dimensions. But what I see is the 3D manifested aspect of this twin flame situation, causing someone feelings of anxiety, feelings of, I'm trying to figure this out through my headspace, through my mind, and I can't seem to sort through it. It's just creating more confusion. Now, this card coming up in the conversation about finances, manifestation, expanding in those areas may also be resembling the fact that I'm speaking to a divine feminine who is really beginning to balance her inner divine masculine aspect with her naturally dominant inner divine feminine aspect. And as a result of this is really opening you up in a powerful way. This balance within yourself is opening you up, especially when it comes to whatever you consider to be your work in this physical 3D world, whether that's a passion, a hobby, a business, a dream. However, at the same time, I see that as you are coming into this energetic balance within yourself, as you are balancing your inner divine masculine and inner divine feminine elements and experiencing this beautiful energetic opening up and expansion, the human mind here is still stepping in to say, but how is this relationship or this 3D connection coming together, or how is this going to fall into place? Because I see the happy family card and the cornucopia card both in the reverse position. So someone who has for a while been trying to manifest or create, attract some kind of harmonious union state in the 3D in love, and feeling like this is always held apart from them. And wow, my messages just came through with my guides just came through with a powerful message. If you've been noticing, I feel that in this reading, this doesn't usually happen to me in this way, but it keeps feeling as though words are coming up in the wrong place in a sense. So it's like I will have a thought and I'll begin channeling that thought or message, but then two of the words feel out of order. And symbolically, I sense that this is because this is how someone's life is feeling to them. Either things are feeling a bit confusing, chaotic, out of order, disjointed, or this could be the fact that someone here, and this is the message that my guides were trying to bring through, someone here feels like they want this fully manifested physical love reunion right now at this moment in time, but where their guides are pushing them is toward the internal plane, to that reunion between their inner divine masculine and inner divine feminine essence that is spiritually expanding them in such a profound way, and also necessary to be able to create a stable energetic environment for that harmonious 3D love reunion state to fully manifest itself into your life. So if that is connecting with you personally, in the extended version of this reading on Patreon, I will be channeling more into what your guides want you to know about this spiritual expansion happening within you when it comes to balancing your inner divine masculine and divine feminine, and how this achievement of inner balance, inner union essentially, is really opening you up in a powerful way at this time. And I will also be channeling, and of course the victory card came out right as I was giving that little preview into those extended messages. You will be victorious over whatever this situation is, whatever you are going through in your life, whatever is troubling you. It is safe to release those fears coming up in your mind, because it is simply your mind trying to comprehend a very deep level spiritual expansion that is taking place already within you, that has already taken place in the energetic plane. So again, I will be channeling more information on that in the extended, as well as what is going on with this love situation I'm sensing some are dealing with that feels like it just won't quite fully harmoniously manifest itself in the physical 3D world with the happy family card reversed, and what is really going on in that particular situation as well. So the link to those extended messages in the Patreon reading is in the pinned comments and description box under this video. Okay, so with that being said, I am going to now speak specifically to the divine feminine, and then we will be channeling into the divine masculine energy field as well. Do keep in mind that these messages could apply to an external love situation because we do see the energies of masculine and feminine essence play out on a global plane, as a society, as individual communities, families, within relationships, friendships, but you can also equally often apply these messages to your inner divine feminine and inner divine masculine as well. So take them as they resonate, but we're going to begin with the divine feminine polarity or energy field, and I am starting with the traditional tarot cards today. Also, I forgot to say this at the beginning of the reading, but if you would like me to channel more specifically for you and your situation, double check that you are subscribed to this channel, because by subscribing, this does allow me to pick up more easily on your energy and channel more specifically for you and your situation. Okay, so the first card we have here is the Lover's card, which, wow, a theme in this reading has been just early on in the channeling, bringing forth a card that represents so clearly twin flame connection or divine counterpartnership situation, because at the beginning of the reading, the first card to come out was yin yang reversed, and now we have the Lovers reversed. This card also can connect with the number 666, which, although of course there has been negative superstition around this number, this is truly just an angel number, a beautiful vibrational number that often carries a message of addressing thought patterns within yourself that might be holding you back from reaching your highest potential. Often this number comes up when these patterns are divinely being brought to the surface within us for the purpose of being shifted or healed or transformed, so that we can catalyze ourselves towards our own self-actualization, towards that highest vibrational version of ourself. So with this card representing a love situation feeling a bit confusing or out of sorts, and perhaps as a divine feminine, you felt these negative, or what the ego would label as negative, which are really just informative thought patterns surfacing within you for you to address. You may be feeling with the Six of Swords in the reverse position as though you are in the middle of some kind of transition, but your physical human mind might be telling you, hey, this doesn't feel like it's coming together. It doesn't feel like it's moving forward fast enough. And remember that that is a lie that has been constructed by the limited perspective of your human mind, because what your soul knows is that the transformation is already well underway. Whether this applies for you in a work situation, in a life situation, keep that in mind. The word trust issues keeps coming into my mind, something around trust. Now, for some divine feminines, this may be struggling to simply trust the universe when it comes to manifesting some kind of dream or goal or achieving something in your life. For others, this could literally be manifesting in a divine partner or counterpart situation, fear of letting go fully of some sort of control around the situation. and trusting. But with that word trust, I'm really getting trusting that individual's higher self, the connection that you feel at a soul level to their higher self, and the knowing you are receiving through 5D communication from their higher self that they are in the process of transforming. They are in the process of healing, even if at times in the physical 3D world, you have been afraid that that process isn't occurring or isn't taking place. With Two of Coins in the reverse position, once again, this is another card that very often represents twin flame connection, harmonious love union situations, because we have the two here, the 2 coins. There's definitely 2 people involved here because I keep seeing the number 2. You might be connecting with the number 222. With this card reversed, it's also interesting because this card has an infinity symbol on it, and this speaks to eternity. And what I see here is you're dealing with a connection that is not only very deep and very spiritual and very ancient, but one that is quite literally eternal, that spans from lifetime to lifetime. And I'm getting that in every life you have a certain level of consciousness of this other soul you're connected to, whether it's that you are just kind of vaguely aware that there is someone out there that you are connected to at a spiritual level, and in past lifetimes you may have never even met or physically encountered this person. Again, you just had this vague awareness of their existence, whereas in other lives you may have lived a very full life together. You may have spent 50, 60, 70 years together. And for some reason, I wanted to say in each other's arms, growing old together and everything in between. But I see that in this lifetime, once again, you are connected to this person. But this connection in this incarnation is in the process of finding balance, because the 2 of Coins reverse speaks to something feeling disorganized, feeling out of balance. Once again, there's that energy of disorganization, of something seeming disjointed in the physical 3D world. Some of this disjointedness may very quite simply be the fact that there is a disconnect between how intensely connected you, Divine Feminine, feel to this other being at a spiritual level, a disconnect between that and what is playing out between the 2 of you in the physical 3D world. So in the extended version of the reading, I will be channeling more into the Divine Feminine energy field, how different Divine Feminines listening may be experiencing these quote unquote trust issues, and what your spirit guides want you to know at this time, Divine Feminine, about these situations. I will also be channeling messages from your own higher self, as well as higher self messages from the Divine Feminine to the Divine Masculine as well. But just know, with a preview message coming out here with the Devil card reversed, you are breaking the chains. You are being released from bondage. But specifically, I see this as bondage of thought. This is an imprisonment of the mind. And I'm hearing your guides say, only you have the key. You are releasing yourself from the imprisonment of the mind that most people remain confined within for their entire lifetime. This is not an easy journey, but it is an incredibly expansive, fulfilling, and beautiful journey that you've selected as a soul through this lifetime. So in the extended version of the reading, I will be bringing more clarity about that for you, Divine Feminine. And of course, the link to the extended is in the pinned comments and description box under this video. But for now, I am going to reshuffle the cards and speak to the Divine Masculine energy field. So again, beautiful Divine Feminines listening, this may apply to your internal Divine Masculine or some kind of external situation taking place. And the first card we have is burden. I am getting goosebumps all over, which often indicates that the Divine Masculine is feeling something very intensely at this time, and what he's feeling is overwhelm. This card speaks to being overburdened, especially I'm hearing by life's struggles. I feel like there are many areas of the divine masculine's life that are causing him to feel stressed out, overwhelmed, or fatigued, to even almost feel incapable of handling all of this burden that he is experiencing. The words taken for granted are also coming out really strongly. I don't feel that this is how the masculine is feeling so much towards the divine feminine. If there is a physical situation involving a physical divine feminine and divine masculine counterpart who are interacting at some level in the world, I'm getting more so that if there's a karmic situation or relationships around this masculine, whether those karmic relationships are platonic or romantic in nature, the masculine is feeling underappreciated and also not feeling seen for who he really is. I'm specifically picking up on some type of a work situation. For some reason, I heard the word grant for someone, whether that's a name or speaking to a financial grant or something. I'm not sure what that is for someone listening, but I'm also getting that if there's a boss in this masculine's life, there's something about feeling like he is being denied the credit that he deserves. Again, feeling taken for granted, feeling like his true gifts and talents aren't really being appreciated. And at the same time, he's being overwhelmed by responsibility. And there's just this feeling of someone being attacked on all sides, if that makes sense. And I feel that this masculine feels like he's fighting a war on every front. Feels like there is so much coming at him from all different angles and directions. And at the same time, oh my gosh, guys, we are getting almost every card in this reading that represents in one way or another twin flame connection, divine union, divine partnership. And the masculine has these two really seemingly contrasting cards coming out on his energy field. The first, of course, is the Ten of Wands, burden, but the second is the Two of Cups, which is the strongest card representing a divine union, a divine partnership, a divine love situation. So these are the two things most strongly on the divine masculine's mind at this time. I'm feeling really overwhelmed. I'm feeling really overburdened by my life, underappreciated, overwhelmed, stressed out, like I'm constantly fighting different forces, situations, people. But at the same time, he's feeling this intense love, attraction, pull toward the divine feminine, whether that's the external feminine or his internal divine feminine essence. I'm longing to connect with that emotional side of myself, or with you physically, divine feminine, if that's how it connects for you. It's just that it's almost like the overwhelm, the burdens in this masculine's life are preventing what he truly desires at this time, which is the greater connectedness with the divine feminine, either externally or internally. Now, what I see predictively, futuristically, but in the near future for this masculine, is that there will be movement in this situation. Right now, there is this tension between I'm feeling really exhausted, really overburdened, but also feeling so much love. And it's almost like there's a tug of war going on where there's no room in this situation at this present moment for maybe 3D physical movement forward in what this masculine most desires. But what I see is that this will be shifting. This masculine is going to be finding greater freedom from the burdens, from the stresses, from that sense of overload in his life, which is going to be creating space. And as this space is created, I see opening up this opportunity for greater connectedness with both his internal divine feminine, represented by his more emotional, sensitive self, creative self, but also manifested externally greater, I'm hearing shows of affection, admiration, and external movement forward in any divine union situations with an external divine feminine as well. I see that there is a happy outcome here, although for divine masculines listening, this may be very, very difficult to feel optimistic about at this time because of the heaviness of the burdens that you may be feeling at this time. And another card to come out here is Page of Wands. Yeah. This card upright can represent enthusiasm, optimism, hopefulness, but the fact this card is reversed tells me that there may be many divine masculines struggling to connect with that sense of hope. And in that hopeless place, there may be times I'm hearing where unconsciously the masculine acts in certain ways in the physical that cause him to appear disconnected from his own emotions or cause him to appear cold. I'm hearing that word cold coming through for someone. For some reason, I'm getting the letters G, A, R, T, and H. These may be letter initials for someone or connect with someone in some way. But yeah, I'm getting that at certain times this masculine's 3D self may be acting from a place that looks cold or looks to be emotionally disconnected, but it's really just because of this sense of overburdenedness, of overwhelmedness, which is going to be shifting into the near future. So in the extended version of the reading, I will be channeling more into the divine masculine's energy field as well, but do know as a preview message, if you are a divine feminine listening and intuitively this seems to be how your external divine masculine counterpart is feeling, know that with Ace of Cups reversed, even if there is this seeming coldness or seeming disconnected times from his own emotions, this is really just coming from a space of really being overburdened, overwhelmed within himself. And what he's really feeling is sadness, pain, a sense of, again, blocked or repressed emotions coming up with Ace of Cups reversed, so strongly desiring to reconnect more deeply with how he's feeling with his emotional, sensitive side and with an external divine feminine counterpart, but feeling so overwhelmed that at times he doesn't feel like he has the capacity at this moment to be capable of doing that. So again, in the extended reading, I will be channeling more into his energy, into what this divine masculine is really feeling that he may be disconnected from internally at this time, that may be very opposite of what he is showing in the physical world. Also, I will be channeling messages from the divine masculine's higher self to the divine feminine as well. These are most often love-related messages that come up in the extended reading. So the link to that is in the pinned comment and description box under this video. But we have the 10 of Coins in the reverse position. And this card represents massive change. And what I see is that the divine masculine in general is going through a period of massive upheaval and change. Much of this change, though, will be experienced through and has been experienced through loss. A loss of his former identity of self that was dominantly built from ego for the purpose of rebuilding his true self atop the ashes, so to speak, upon that clear space of having deconstructed everything that was not truly aligned with his higher self. And so synchronistically, we have the Rumi Oracle card, from nothing to everything. And this feels like such a synchronicity because the divine masculines we've been channeling here are at that point or reaching that point of feeling nothing, feeling at that 0 point, as we often say, feeling as though they've lost so much and so much has been cleared away and deconstructed, but they're not really sure what is going to be built moving into the future. But this card says everything, it's going to be everything that you truly desire from your heart, not from what you believe other people will respond positively to, not through the mind, but everything you desire through the heart is coming into being. So I'm going to channel one final message here from the Rumi Oracle before we head over to the extended. And the guidebook here says, Oh, my friends, if you are longing to be written on, become a blank page. Rumi. Have you been shedding your skins, your layers, your certainties? Gone are fixed identities and definite opinions. Keep casting those shackles aside, even if you fear you are releasing too much, and then perhaps you shall cease to exist. You shall only cease to exist as you have known yourself to be thus far. Wow. What a beautiful closing message. So again, we will be channeling much more in depth in the extended version of this reading. If you do feel guided to now, head over with me to the extended, then more information on that is under this video in the pinned comments and description box. Otherwise, I am so grateful to each and every one of you, quite literally here co-creating all of these readings, all of these videos along with me. We are soul family, reconnecting and remembering each other through this beautiful platform here. I hope you have a beautiful, magical rest of your day and start to your week. And I will talk to you again in Wednesday's reading.